morning, my creatively faithful friends. Welcome back to the channel. I just want to give you a look at this room before. This is the before picture. This is our guest bedroom. We call it Brent's room. That's my husband's name. We call it that because he got to decorate it. Of course, he doesn't sleep in here, but it's our guest bedroom. We have guests once a year. So we have decided to take this room and turn it into a room where his desk is. He has a roll-top desk, an antique roll-top desk that his mother gave him. We have our treadmill. Of course, we have all his decor. The decor probably will not change. And the other thing we're going to turn this room into is my little library. It won't be big. As you know, I don't have a home library. It won't be big. It'll be small. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. So stay tuned. This is part one. Okay, guys, my library might be coming along soon. My kind of mini library. So here is the room. I couldn't video the people moving it out because they didn't want to be videoed. So there's my husband's stuff that will stay in here. Like I said in the earlier part of the vlog, it's going to stay decorated like this, and you know, we'll see how we're going to set it up. I don't know yet. So anyhow, this is it empty. There's our treadmill that was in here the other day. And then it's kind of a small room, but I think it'll work. And then we'll see. So stay tuned. Okay, here is the beginning of getting the bookshelf all set up and all the books. So I'll show you a finished picture or video when all is done. Okay, my creatively faithful friends, we are going into the room to reveal my little reading corner. My daughter came over this past weekend and helped me set it up. I realized that I had the camera turned the wrong way on the last clip. Sorry about that. So here we go. First of all, over there is my treadmill, which also lives in this room, or our treadmill. Okay, so let me move this stool out of the way before we get going. Sorry about that. So there is my bookcase. We'll go through it cubicle by cubicle in a minute. There is my reading chair with my blanket. And the blanket was the inspiration for the kind of color theme of this little bookcase here. I can't go through book cube by cube standing up, so let me just sit down and I will kind of show you. This cube, well, first of all, the top shelf is my candle warmer. And then I got just on Amazon recently, God is still writing your story. Quit trying to steal the pen. Trust the author. And then I got this for my birthday. Good friends are like stars. You don't always see them, but you know they're always there. That's from my good friend that they travel in an RV, so I don't get to see her very much anymore. And then she also sent me some little Kindle charms. I think you'll see them coming soon because I'm gonna repurpose them for something else. My daughter gave me this for Christmas, or not for Christmas, for my birthday this past weekend. And in this frame, I'm gonna put like a bookish something in this frame, and I'm pretty sure this is where I'm going to sit my current TBR when I do it. My books read this year, I got that at Christmas for a Christmas present, not knowing that I was not going to have that color scheme in here, so I'm going to order another one. There's my bookmark. I had it in a red cup, but that cup just went. And then this lamp, I purchased this the weekend before last, because it went with the color scheme, and I wanted a bookish blanket, but I needed to be able to feel it. So that is why I didn't want to just order a bookish blanket off of Amazon, because I needed to feel it first. So I got that at TJ Maxx. And then, so let's go cube by cube, and I'll tell you what's going on. Okay, so this cube, that little book end right there, I ordered those off of Amazon. I was going to use those for my TBR, but I changed my mind because my books needed a bookend. So these are my library books. That's a Thankful, Grateful, Blessed. That's a little wood block that I've had for a very long time. My cousin gave me. Okay, then the next one over, I got that Secret Garden book in my, you will have seen it in my recent Barnes & Noble book haul that I did with my daughter. And I got that. And then I'm going to span down here. I got that vase that says The Secret Garden, was going to put flowers in it and put it on the top shelf. But the top shelf kind of quickly became cluttered, too much. So I decided to do that and then put that flower vase beside the bookcase. And then I bought this little teacup with the flowers in it at TJ Maxx when I was there. Then all the way over at the end is a little jar. I'll show you that in just a second up closer. Is a little jar that says, "Remind me when," and they have Bible verses on them. And then some prayers, that little prayer thing my daughter got me for my birthday. Then the next shelf down, we'll go from this over here down to here. So right over there are my biblical fiction books. And then I have a plant in the middle. And then on the other end, right there, The Tempests of Annabelle's Lighthouse. Those are where my kind of mystery, suspense, I kind of separated things by genre. Mystery, suspense books going to go all the way back down there. That is a set of a spiral Bible, the whole spiral Bible that my friend Jamie got me for Christmas one year. And then we have the next shelf here. We have, this is my, hold on, the words just left me. My historical fiction, Christian fiction shelf. And then my Timeless series books. I have book 3, 4, and 5. I don't have book 1 and 2 because I checked those out of the library. So my daughter said, you need to get book 1 and 2 if that's a series you would ever reread. So I'm waiting for, there's a special edition of book 1 coming out in September. So I'm going to wait to get that then. And then this book right here, the little big book, that is kind of a little case. It opens and has, you know, stuff, a box you can put stuff in, and the top of it is Emma. And then that Teresa candle, I have had for years. Then down at the bottom are my maybe Christian fiction, but also just not historical fiction is what they are. So right down there is not historical fiction. Then I have a little heart. I got that off of Amazon. I'll have all these things linked in the description box down below that says that there is no such thing as too many books. Well, I'm going to tell you there is a thing as too many books because this is all the room I've got. I can't have any more room for books. So then right here in this shelf or cube is my fairy tale retellings that I have in book form. And then I have the other bookend from that flower one. And then these I bought from a friend from my daughters. A couple of these I bought from a friend from my daughters, and I didn't have any more room on this shelf for these. These are also historical Christian fiction, I think. I'm not sure if that Beneath the Scarlet Sky is. I know the other one is, but I bought those. She was selling them, reselling them from a friend. So, and I don't know if I said that green little planner. I wanted a planner that stuff hung down, and so I got that at TJ Maxx as well. So there is my bookcase. I'm going to back up one more time so you can see it. So there is my bookcase that I set up for my little reading room. Thanks to my daughter, helped me set it up. And so yeah, that is where I'm going to have my little reading corner, my lamp. I've got a coaster, custom coaster that I had made that's coming. So when I have a drink, I can put it on the shelf over there. And then I'm going to order, I haven't yet, but I'm going to order something to replace that Books Read this year. So it kind of matches the color scheme, my inspiration. All right, so that is it for the bookcase. Stay tuned, and I want to show you just a couple more things. But I'm going to turn this off now and then restart because I need to take a breather. Hi, this is Editing Teresa. I just wanted to tell you before we get into the final few clips that I am just so sorry that I am not used to vlogging or taking those kinds of videos. So I am so sorry, but I didn't realize that I had the camera turned the wrong way. So it is portrait instead of landscape, instead of filling up the whole screen. But I didn't want to start all over, it was just, as you could tell, when I do things like that, I'm real short of breath, filming that kind of stuff, which stems from my health issues that I can't do anything about. So anyhow, I apologize for the way the cameras change back and forth, the camera view. I'll try not to do that in the future, but I'm not going to make any promises. Okay, here's the last part of the video. Okay, so as you know, it was my birthday this past weekend, and so I got the gifts from my friend, and this is one of the other things that she sent me. My favorite flowers are tulips, and she sent me this bookmark that I cannot wait to use. I've got to get a pair of scissors and cut that plastic off the tassel, but I cannot wait to use that bookmark in a physical book. Let me know in the comments down below, what is your favorite form of book to read, format? I prefer physical books, but I do have a Kindle, so I like Kindle books as well. Ebooks. This card is from my granddaughter, they came over Sunday afternoon. As you can see, I'll post some pictures here. But I want to read this card to you. It is absolutely precious. Grandma, in you, I see a spirit that always shines a positive light. In you, I see a faith that always looks for the good in others. In you, I see a heart that's always open and kind. In you, I see someone who makes such a difference to so many people, and especially to me. And the other side of it just says happy birthday, and she had a personal message, and it was a very personal, and I cried. So I don't want to show that. So that was the card from my granddaughter. And then the card from my daughter. She says, there's so much to love about you, Mom. Your gentle, caring side, and how you still think of me as your baby, no matter my age, and give me so much love. And that is true. I call her my baby all the time. Your strong side, and how you always looked out for me and would still have my back if I needed you. And then the last part says, well, I can show you this because it was not, too personal. And your fun-loving side, which makes you one of my favorite people and friends. I love so much about you, especially that you're my mom. Happy birthday. I love you so much, and I'm so grateful for you, Amanda. So I was totally blessed by those two cards. Then I got a card this is the card that came in the mail from my good friend that gave me the tulip bookmark and the other things. And she gave me some pajamas. Pajamas is my favorite type of clothing to wear, if you didn't know that. And so there's that card from my friend Kim. And then this card is from my friend Crystal. So I was blessed to get those cards. And I had a couple other cards, but I didn't know exactly where they were when I came in here. Okay, and this I got because I won the Once Upon a February. I won that, so I wanted to open it with y'all. I opened it, but I have not seen what is in here. So Taylor from Tales and Treats with Tay, I'm trying to find the little slip from Tales and Treats with Tay, asked me could I send her my Amazon book wish list. Well, I didn't have one, so I had to go create one. So I just always save just my Kindle books. So anyhow, so this little thing says, it's a gift receipt. There's no special message. But this is the book she gave me. It was on my wish list because of the Cloaked in Beauty and the Karen Whittemire books, Cloaked in Beauty and If the Boot Fits. And then what's the other one? Fairest of Heart. I haven't got that one yet. I've got it on my I don't know what to say. On my TBR this month, and I checked it out from the library. It's on the library shelf over there, but I haven't got it for myself. Yes, there is a thing. Thank you so much for participating in my readathon. I thought a fairy tale retelling seemed the most fitting, and I love B&B, Beauty and the Beast, I think. Excited to see what you think. Love from your sister in Christ, Taylor from Tales and Treats with Tay. That was just really special to me. And then she bought me I think this is fairly new, To Love a Beast by Karen Whittemire. And this is book 1 in the Once Upon a Time in Texas. So I do love Beauty and the Beast. So, yes. So that is all I have for you today, and I just am so excited. I haven't come in here and actually sat down in this chair and read yet. I had a super busy day yesterday, and I'm still getting things things done. I am going to do my my TBR videos in here. I got up there. I won't put you up there because it's so bright. I got my husband to get daylight light bulbs so I could put them in the ceiling fan up there. And then I've got in the lamp, I got to have a daylight light bulb. So it was real bright in here because this room doesn't get a whole lot of natural light. And I didn't want to have to be dragging, like other lights that like you would have when you make a video. I didn't want to be dragging those in this room. So, so that's what I have. I think the lighting seems good to me. And, and I'll talk to you in my TBR video before I get started on some things that I'm not quite so sure that I'm going to, how to do. But I'll talk to you about those a little bit later this month. Anyhow, thank you so much for stopping by and taking the time to visit my little reading library, my little reading corner. I'm so excited. I've never, ever had my own personal space for reading, just for reading. And so I'm really excited about this. My husband gave up his, part of his room. This is his room. We took the bed out of here because we had a family member that needed the bed, and we used it one time a year. So it's like, that person that comes to visit and uses that bed one time a year said her and her children were getting too big to sleep in that bed anyhow. So we decided to take that bed out of here. You will have seen that in some earlier clips. Decided to take that clip out of here, or that bed out of here, and turn this into this. He gave up part of his own personal space because I have my own personal space in my craft room. So I'm very grateful to him for doing that for me. So I'll show you as we kind of go along things that kind of change when I get my new book counter and when I get my my coaster and stuff. I'll show you those, but that'll be in the next video. I did just tell you I was going to show you this Read Me When jar. Okay, so this Read Me When jar. So this Read Me When jar, okay, focus, says read me when you're happy, thankful, angry, anxious, lonely, or sad. And they're color-coded Bible verses. Okay, so we are going to read together one of the thankful ones because I am so thankful to have this room. Yes, so thankful. Oh, I picked out two. And it says, enter his gates with thanksgiving and his courts with praise. Give thanks to him, bless his name. Psalm 104. Yes, yes. I am so thankful that I have a Savior I can turn to and have him in my life. And then this was the prayers things, a box of blessings. Hold on, I'll show you this up close. Okay, I really think I forgot to press the camera. I know this is probably backwards. Prayers to strengthen your faith. And there's a place for a personal message on the back. We'll read the very last one, and then that way it'll be a long time before I get to it again. If I say my foot slips, your mercy, O Lord, will hold me up. In the multitude of my anxieties within me, your comfort delights my soul. And that's from Psalm 94, verses 18 and 19. And then it has a little place to write a message. Hold on, I want to show you this card. So there is the card. How beautiful is that? And then you can write a message on the back or a response to the prayer. So I think I might do that. I think I might do that. I mean, it would mean that they're used up, kind of, but you could go back and reread them, you know, in a year. You know, what did you think? So anyhow, I have rambled on for long enough. Thank you so much for stopping by and sharing with me my little corner of the room. So I will talk to you in the next video. Bye.